95% of the physical body, every organ, even down to the bone, actually regenerates. The cells regenerates to where you will have a whole new physical structure. This constantly keep taking place. Everybody has it. Every time you take a shower or a bath, the old cells go off and the new cells come back. I used to even have a mark on my skin, for instance, when I first started the journey. And it didn't even take long. Before the year was out, that mark that was on the skin came off. So I got whole new skin. So if you regenerate like that, constantly becoming brand new, this could go as long as you want. It's up to you on how long you want to keep regenerating yourself. Or you can die. People die because they kill themselves.
Right.
People get sick, like the preventable diseases. They got it because they created it. Now, whether we want to write it off as ignorance, yes. But then when you got the knowledge and you're not doing it, and you still catch that, that's due to you want to. There's another experience you want it to take place. And some people do get an experience out of sickness. You know, the attention it gives them, you understand, and all this other stuff. So everybody got their reasonings. Because what it boils down to, you are a creator. Even in the medical community, they got a thing called biological immortality. The reason why the trees are that long is due to their environment that they're in, you understand? That means everything. Sort of like a fish in a fish tank. You understand? If the fish tank is clean, the fish are going to be happy.
Right.
So this goes back to humanity and this thing dealing with global warming is behavior on the environment. Your environment polluting the air, ding, polluting the water, ding, polluting the soil. And these things we got to live in means a lot on how long we're going to live. You understand? Now, then we start putting in this lifestyle. Like we said, now we're at least leaving alone the animals. Now, of course, we can't have a meaningful conversation with an animal, about you giving them an interview like this. But we can record animals have feelings when they're sad, when they're doing this. And some scientists just said that they showed a rat laughing. Now we laugh at that, but yeah, he's laughing. You're tickling him. He's making a certain type of noise. He's giggling. So that means they got emotions, and by you putting somebody in trauma like that, we know how it is when you hurt somebody else, another human being. That can affect you. You're getting this trauma. So you're eating that trauma. So a lot of people is getting that memo. It will really do you a lot of good as you're coming on this journey. Because one thing about the journey that you will run into on a breatharian journey, I'm going to make it plain. This goes way beyond food. You're going to go so much into to energetic healing. Your body picked up everything you went through in life, whether if you forgot about it or not. All of that stuff is going to start coming up on you the more you start purging yourself out, and you're going to have to deal with it. If you purposely hurt somebody before, in a malicious way, for instance, you're not going to get healing. There could be a lot of sickness dealing with that. When you did somebody to really mess them over. That will come up on you to give you a chance to deal with it. You understand? And that had to be addressed for you to start getting healing. That's why the breatharian journey is a health message. That's why forgiveness goes along with it. All of this stuff. So you'll see yourself. That's why what people can't understand, how can you go without eating? It's way beyond that. I did deep mental and emotional work on myself to get to these levels and stages. And nobody gets away. It'll automatically come up in you. You thought you forgot about it and all this other stuff. Oh, man. Just like anything, and I'm glad some people run into stuff and they don't know what it is, so they'll get scared. Now, in your head, where your pineal gland is, like when we're going back to when we were embryos and that brain was being born, everybody has what they call, it's called the substantia nigra, means the black substance. This is a medical term. It's in everybody's brain. It's this black part that's in the brain. And what that is, that's neuromelanin. And melanin, that's what gives us our skin color, our eye color. It deals with energy. It's in relationship to the sun. So we being energy beings, and the reason why it's in the brain like that, that should tell us something right there. The brain needs energy. That's why it uses the most energy in the body. So it's already got this melanin that's in there that's used to harvest and use this energy so the rest of the body, so it can deliver it to the rest of the organism. So it starts out in the brain again, because that's the one that calls the shots. Okay, here we go. So by you doing that microcosmic orbit again, like they say in yoga, there's secrets within the body. But let's bring it down to earth. When you're on a breatharian journey, you are actually tapping the resources of energy, the energy reserves in the body, so these energies can flow more freely. Because you do have an electrical circuitry in the body. You understand?
Yes. So
you're tapping into these energy sources. Now, the average person who's eating every day, don't know, smoking, got a certain lifestyle, they don't know these energy reserves. They're there, but they're not at their higher quality. Some people is dormant. So that's why when you're opening it up, you feel these different influxes in the body. Now, when we was talking about the brain uses the most energy, if the brain don't get its energy, that's what it makes the rest of the body uncomfortable. That's why people can't understand going without food yet. Because yes, if you try to put tape on your mouth, you're not going to make it. You understand? We're not saying put tape on your mouth. You got work to do. Energetic work. Yeah, I worked.
Right.
That's why they say for no lazy person. And you also got to go get educated on what you're doing.
Right.
Absolutely. It ain't far-fetched education, but you got to get in this. You got to learn educational wise what to do, the do's and don'ts, the myths, all this other stuff. Then the next education is you practicing it. Perfect practice made perfect. So like you said, you at least gave yourself a month before but you did feel those energy centers.
Right.
Now what happens sometime dealing with these practices, so much energy be in the head, and it can make you feel uncomfortable. So there is techniques where you can actually, because your brain is powerful, where you can start commanding that energy, because wherever the mind goes, the energy goes in the body. Right. So that's one thing about the microcosmic orbit. You can start taking your brain, focusing on other energy channels to get that energy down and start circulating around the torso and around the spinal cord to keep it evenly. That's why we got this thing called balance and harmony.